guys, how are you doing today? Welcome to my channel, Minutes with Misa, and I'm so glad that you're taking the time to watch. Yay! Thank you so very much. So, if this is your first time watching, welcome. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And for all my recent subscribers, I want to thank you. Welcome to the family. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for just taking the time to just subscribe. That just means so much to me. Yes, and for all my regular subscribers, I appreciate you too. I continue to think about you and pray for you every night. Anyway, like I said, welcome to Minutes with Misa. So how you guys doing? How you getting along out there? We got Rona still out there, still wreaking havoc on people's lives. Oh, first and foremost, I do also want to say, if your birthday is this month in April, happy birthday to all my April babies. Yes, my birthday is this month. It's the 21st on Tuesday. So yes, I just want to say a happy birthday to all of you who have a birthday this month. All you April babies. Yes, I hope you have like the best birthday ever, regardless of what's going on out there. I know personally my plans that I had, they're gone. They're gone. I had plans, going to a day spa. Like I said, I was looking forward to the hot stone massage and getting facial and going out to eat. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. Yeah, my plans, yeah, anyway, but it's just, it is what it is. We can't do anything about it. Just accept that, it's how it is. We didn't know that this virus was going to be out there. I mean, we didn't know. We didn't, it's caused a lot of things to happen recently. No school, a lot of people having to work from home, a lot of people getting laid off. So, yeah, this thing just showed up like a thief in the night, y'all. Just showed up and just, like, wreak havoc on our lives, and now we're having to do things differently. I don't want to say that this is like the new normal, because I hope this is not normal. I'm believing and praying that it's going to get better. This is just a test. It's just what we're having to go through, what we're having to deal with. And like I said to you guys all the time, for those of you who watch me regularly, this is nothing compared to the things that is to come. There's more things that will come as we continue to live in this sin-sick world. So yeah, so this is just the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, and so like I said, just look at how people are responding. Just it's, and a lot of people really panicking, and a lot of people full of fear. And like I said, like when you go through stuff like that, when something happens, it just shows you what's in your flesh. It's just showing what's in your character. It's showing your weak spots. Things that you really should have worked on. And so yeah, so I'm hoping that you guys are evaluating your lives, and just seeing something that you might need to work on yourself. You might say, hey, my faith might need to be stronger. I need to trust God more. It's like whatever it is. Like I said, it's going to come to the surface during this time where people are having to change the way they do things. You're gonna see some things in yourself that you might recognize that, yeah, I need to change that about myself. And I had a conversation recently with someone where they were like, they were always going out, spending money, going shopping, like always having to have every hair in place and have the nails done, and now they can't do that. And it's like they realized that that wasn't something that was all that important anyway, so now they really can't go out and do that anymore. And so it's like they're reevaluating their lives. That's what all of us have to do, so that when this is all over with, we'll come out better and stronger. We don't go back to doing things the way we used to do, but we are doing things better, spending more time with the family, That's some of you are having to do that now, spend time with your family. Appreciate that time. Really appreciate it. It's like perhaps you needed that. Perhaps you needed to spend more time with your family. Some of you are going crazy because you're around your family all the time. You don't want to be. It's your family. So get to really know them, sit down, talk to them, and share things. Yeah, this is the time for you guys to get creative, when you're home. You can do something, take up a hobby, strengthen your gift, work on those books that you always wanted to write, do that picture that you always wanted to draw. So this is the time that you got the chance to do the things that some of you never had time to do, where you would say, oh, I wish I had time to get this place together and get organized. Well, you have plenty of time to get your house in order, get organized, do some spring cleaning. You have time to do that now, so that when all this is over with and you're going back to work and going back to school, you don't have to be like, oh, I wish I had time. You have the time now to do it. So yeah, this should make us, we should be stronger after this. We should be more organized after this. We should be more creative after this. We should be more loving and kind and understanding after all of this. So yeah, that's what I hope. What I hope you guys are, becoming, changing, becoming better. Like I said, we have to be better than we were before after all this stuff with. So yeah, so anyway, like my last video, I think I've been saying to you guys for a while now that my next video I wanted to do something on the movie The Clark Sisters. I didn't really get a chance to rewatch it like I said I was going to, so that I can really talk to you guys about it. So it is a good movie. I grew up listening to the Clark Sisters, a gospel group, and I have to say that a lot of times when we see people performing and singing and acting, we don't always know what's going on in their personal lives behind the scenes. And so I have to say, like, when I watched this movie, I was really surprised at some of the things that I seen. Like, some of you may perhaps didn't grow up listening to the Clark Sisters, but it's sort of like the Jackson 5, like how they grew up and how they was singing and how their father was like sort of really strict on them, making sure that they were perfect and good. It's sort of like that, only it's like the gospel version. The Clark Sisters, they had first of all, I didn't know there was 5 sisters. I didn't know about Denise, and after watching the movie I realized now why. I just didn't. I just thought it was just the 4. But just seeing what happened with that and how it is that she wasn't in the group and wasn't really mentioned that much, I understand more so now why. But anyway, so yeah, it's a really good movie. I hope that some of you have watched it by now. But yeah, it's like you never really know what these people are going through behind the scenes, and especially when it comes to the gospel community, we think because these people are singing gospel music and singing for the Lord, they're on stage, that they have like these not perfect life, but with the things that were going on, we didn't think that this was happening. It's like, but it was. Denise, we know that she had like a couple of kids out of wedlock, and apparently she got pregnant by one of the bishops in church, from what I heard. And so, it's like those things that people are hiding, those little secrets, that no one really talks about, But yeah, so that's what this movie detailed, and they grew up in a pretty strict, the religion, Church of God. I don't want to say too much about Church of God. I don't really know that much about them. I didn't grow up with Church of God, so I don't really know. I just heard that it was really strict there. There was like certain rules they couldn't listen to. The women couldn't wear pants. I think sometimes the women, they weren't allowed to wear, some of them were allowed to wear makeup in certain areas. So yeah, I didn't grow up that way, so I don't know anything about that, but they were just talking about how strict it was. Even with the mom, the bishops of the church, they didn't want the mom to sing with her daughters anymore, because I guess the daughters were singing in certain, I guess people who weren't going to church were listening to the music and buying their music, and I guess the bishops and the higher ups, they didn't think that was a good thing, but really it is a good thing. Those are the people that you're trying to reach. The people who aren't going to church, those are the people that you want listening to your music. Those are people that you are trying to reach. Yeah. So I don't get that at all. But yeah, so I think, like I said, there was one thing that really, really stood out for me that I want to talk about real quickly was the strained relationship. Like these sisters, they didn't talk to each other for a long time. I mean, a long time. I think, like I said, Denise, she ended up getting pregnant, out of wedlock a couple of times, which is in the Church of God and a lot of churches is like a big no-no. I mean, sin is sin. We're not going to justify sin, but like Christ said, he without sin cast the first stone. But yeah, it was like, the thing about it is, for me, is not to judge them or anything, was they had this strained relationship where they were not really, really close, and that's fine, but it was like, it was not fine, but what I'm trying to say is, these people, these women, try not to judge them, but I'm not going to talk about them anymore, but I'm just talking about other people who do this thing where they're in the church and or they're singing and doing gospel music and they're up there or they're preaching, and yet when it comes to their family members, they're not really talking to them. And so I don't understand, how is it that you could say you're a minister or that you're in the ministry, they're talking about God, talking about Christ's love, you're talking about God's forgiveness, but yet you're not forgiving your own sister or your own brother or your own mother. I don't understand how people can do that. I mean, how in the world can you get up and sing about the love of God and forgiveness of God, or preach about it and talk about it, and yet you're not talking to your sister, haven't talked to your sister in years. Years can go by with you guys not having a real conversation. So I don't get that. I don't understand that. To me, it's like your ministry is tainted. It's not sincere. It's not pure. I mean, how in the world can you get up and sing about God and loving Him and praising Him and worshiping Him when you have such animosity against those in your own family or against other people? I mean, I don't get that at all. I don't get it. And so that's what I really just stood out for me the most. What I wanted to just come and talk about it is like, no, that's not how we're supposed to be. I mean, really, like I said, your ministry is tainted. It's not pure. It's not sincere. There's no way you can get up there and just sing and talk about God and His forgiveness and love and praising Him in one breath, and next breath you have something negative to say, or you don't want to talk to this person or that person, or you hold unforgiveness in your heart. It's like, that's not good. That's your praise and worship. It is not sincere. It's not. It's really not. I mean, but that's what happened. That's what's happening a lot of time. There are a lot of people who are in the church. They are so, they want you to think, oops, some people probably say hypocrites, of course. They go off, they're up there, they're singing, they're in the church, they're have a position in church, but behind closed doors, they're being nasty or mean or evil, judgmental. Like I said, they're not willing to forgive someone, not willing to forgive those in their family. And that's very hypocritical, and that's not how we're supposed to be. And that was supposed to be. And so I was just like, and that was what I want to talk about. It's like when I say you can't be out there proclaiming the truth. You can't be out there proclaiming the truth about God, yet living a lie. Because that's what you're doing. You're living a lie when you're up there saying about His love and forgiveness, and you're not loving or forgiving. You're living a lie. I mean, really, it's like what I was saying. You have pure words, sweet words, coming from a bitter stream. You have all these sweet words, but you have bitterness in your heart. That's a lie. That's not good. That's not how we're supposed to be. You know, sweet and bitter. No, that's not. That's not how it's supposed to be. Your anointing is tainted. I mean, it's tainted. You cannot be singing about the goodness and the love of God but acting like the devil, because the devil is about division. He causes division between families. You know, he don't, and that's not good. You're pretty much doing like the devil's puppet. You know, with that division, because he wants people divided, especially families. And so, yeah, that's what just really stood out for me, is that they went all that long time just not really talking to each other, especially with Denise. I don't know Denise's side of the story. I think, but I've seen like interviews and stuff afterwards, and it's like a lot of people like, want to hear what Denise has to say about it, because pretty much it made her seem like she was the bad guy. That's what, to me, that's what made it seem like she was the bad guy in this movie. But yeah, that's what I just really want to talk to you guys about. If you're gonna be out there, especially those of us in the church, and you're proclaiming that you are the love of God, love of Christ, talk about His forgiveness, and you should be that way towards everyone. You really should. Make amends. Make amends with those people that you haven't spoken to in a long time. Make amends, because life is short. And that was one of the things in the movie when the mother died. She died, and I always wondered, did she get a chance to really have that relationship again with all her daughters before she died? Because the thing is, you don't know, and I've said it plenty of times, you don't know when your life on this earth is going to end. And you don't want it to be that the last thing that you said to someone was painful, was hurtful for them, and they end up dying, and you never got a chance to let them know, I'm sorry. That's not good at all. That is not good. So we should try to make amends. We should try to forgive, be more forgiving, be more loving, especially towards those in our family. I mean, you don't have to be. Family, they're gonna fight or whatever. You don't have to be around them all the time. You don't have to be around your family all the time. I mean, all family have issues. Let's be cordial to one another, though. Don't go years without talking to each other. Life is just too short for that. Just way too short. You can miss out on so much time. By just you going all these years not seeing each other, and then someone dies, and that's gonna weigh heavily on you. Because I have talked to so many people who have said that they were like, if I can just talk to them again, I would just let them know that I was sorry. I didn't mean to say what I said or do what I did, but it's too late. It's too late. And this world that we live in, it's crazy out there. And we all need each other. We all need each other. We need more unity. We really do. And so, if there's someone out there that you have any type of issues with, especially in your family, just make sure you work it out. Make sure you work it out. You can, I know supposed to be doing the whole social distancing. You can call, you can text, whatever. Just work it out. Don't waste another day, another moment. Because division is from the devil. Like I said, it really is. And for those of you who are in church, you don't want your ministry to be tainted. Be about what you sing about, what you preach about, what you talk about. If you're going to get up and talk about the love and goodness and kindness and forgiveness of God, you need to show that towards your brothers and your sisters and everyone else. But anyway, So not exactly. So like I said, that's not a review of the movie. It was just something that I just noticed that just came out in the movie where these sisters, they were not always all loving and kind to each other, especially with Denise. Like I said, and she was missing a large part of in the movie. Like I don't know. I don't know the whole story. Like all we can do is go by what we see in when they do a movie, and a lot of times they don't always tell everything because there was a lot missing from the movie, like a lot. I think this should have been like maybe like a 2 night or 3 night things. But anyway, so yeah, so anyway, so this is going on too long. I didn't mean for the video to be this long, but yeah, I just wanted to say, just look out for each other, be kind to each other, be more loving and forgiving, and work out whatever differences that you have with people because life is short. You never know when it's their last day on earth. You never know when it's, we never know. We never know. So anyway, I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch. I hope and pray that this has helped somebody in some kind of way. So feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Maybe you know someone who needs to watch this. Someone who's not really talking to family members or there's some division there. Maybe they need to hear it or whatever. Or maybe you know some people who are claiming to be Christian and they're not exactly, living out what they speak or talk or sing about. Maybe they need to listen to it. Don't let your ministry be tainted. Don't. That's not good. If you're going to be up there, if you're going to be this godly Christian like you pretend to be, you need to live it out. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Anyway, so yeah. Thank you guys for taking time to watch, especially those who take the time to watch to the end. I really appreciate you. Anyway, you guys, I will be seeing you really, really soon. Yeah, I was gonna do live, but I realized that I forgot that when you get ready to do live, you have to do like a 24-hour notice. So I didn't get a chance to do that. But anyway, so have a good day, have a good week. I'll be talking to you guys really soon. And happy birthday again to all my April babies. You guys are amazing. Especially your Taurus. You're Taurus, you know you're amazing, okay? But anyway, I'll talk to you guys really, really soon. Goodbye, love you, and be blessed.